Here we are at the CBC Kenmount Hill transmitter in St. John's. It's about a 300-foot tower, maybe 350 total. As is common with many of these CBC locations, since they co-locate so much, there's lots on this. It's heavily loaded, lots to talk about. So let's get up close and take a look. Actually going to narrate this one from home. I prefer the real audio, but it was quite breezy. It made a lot of noise on the camera. That's it when you live in Newfoundland and you go on a hill. Here we are outside the building. So to the left, just out of the frame, is the backup generator. It is indoors. Here in the center, we're looking at the main floor. Most of the FM transmitters are there. It is quite a big facility by Newfoundland standards to make room for all the transmitters, the tenants' equipment, the ductwork and cooling, and of course an area to make repairs and storage. So a lot of space needed. There is a basement in this building. Most of the FM filtering and combiner equipment is down there, along with some other tenants. So this view here is the back area. The TV transmitter is just inside here up and to the right. Now in the analog days, it was much more powerful and took up a whole lot more space. The new digital one is much smaller and less powerful. To a fault, I think. The signal doesn't seem to be too great, at least in some areas around town where it should be better. Here we are around back looking at some relatively new receive dishes. I believe over the years CBC was switching to satellite-fed transmitter sites rather than feeding from the local studios with an STL. These may even just be backups now as well, because CBC does have an extensive fiber network, but they are definitely not original to the site. All right, we'll go far back here to get a look at what's actually on the tower. So first you can see the climb guards, a very large amount of cables and waveguide. Here, I believe, is Eastlink cellular equipment. They are newer to the province and had applied for a site here, so I'm guessing this is it. There's a lot of stuff on this tower. I don't know every single thing, but I think there's at least one taxi service up here, the city bus, the city of St. John's itself, and who knows what else. Next are the Catrine FM bays. You can see two of the three sides from this shot. There are 5 FM radio stations broadcasting here. 4 of them are CBC owned. The 5th is CKSJ. That is, at this point, the only non-CBC FM broadcasting from here. Not entirely sure the configuration or if any of these bays are specifically for backup only, but I know they can be partially connected and disconnected from the ground. Like the top half and bottom half or something like that in the event of a failure. Above this is Rogers Cellular. They've been here a very long time. And the very top is the TV antenna. I believe this is an RCA and is original to this site. It even made it through the digital transition. And at the very top of that is a local ham radio repeater. Call sign is VO1GT. Here is what I would bet is equipment for the Sirius XM Satellite Radio repeater or repeaters at this site. Originally, before the companies combined, this was an XM repeater site. They had their gear inside, and actually, I can show you the pole here. They had the receive dish out here. It was the second XM repeater in St. John's. But once the companies combined, they actually added a whole bunch of repeaters in Newfoundland, which I never thought I'd see. And I'm guessing probably decommissioned the original St. John's one in a different location. There was this one on a building in the East End. It was low to the ground. I never understood why it was there when they had a second one up here that was only for part of the city. So I would hope that they now have an omnidirectional up here. And if you look at the registry, there's both XM and Sirius from every repeater site. So I don't know how they have the satellites configured now, but probably using it for both services, either on a single antenna or 2 antennas. I don't know, but based on what I see here, that is my guess. This, I would assume, is Eastlink cellular equipment. You don't really need a whole lot these days with the radios on the tower. There's not much at ground level. As with the satellite radio stuff, not sure why they decided to go outdoors rather than indoors, probably due to either space issues or just being able to access it whenever they want. Well, that just about does it for here. I've got videos up on this channel of all the towers on Kenmount Hill, so check those out, and thanks for watching.